So what we're going to make today is tofu salad. It's also called no egg salad. It's like an egg salad, but tofu does not have that much flavor compared to eggs or tuna. So we're going to put in some seasonings that it's a little more involved. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the package. Now what I do is I slit it like this. Okay, with a little knife. I go into the corner so I can open this flap. All right, and there's quite a lot of water, and you want to get rid of that water. So you're going to pour the water in a bowl. I would normally do this in the sink, but I'm having the camera in one place. I want to get rid of that, and I'm going to take the tofu right out of this package. Okay, there it is. So we're going to get rid of this off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to put the tofu in the bowl, and just like we did with the tuna, we're going to mash it. And you can actually mash it, you can squeeze it with your gloved hands and kind of break it up and mash it with the fork a bit. You want to get it, like the tuna, kind of separated into crumbles. Okay, see that? I'm going to use both hands. It's actually easier to use your hands than the fork. So I'm just kind of squeezing it into crumbles. There we have it. So this is for one package of tofu that you'd get in the supermarket. I happen to really like tofu. It takes on flavors very well. So if you make a stir fry with it, and you can have a spicy sauce, or it'll take on the flavors nicely. Okay, so there we have it. You see that? All right, now we have our celery. We're going to use quite a lot of celery. I would say we're going to use a good cup of celery. All right, so there's a cup of celery, I would say. And we're going to use scallions or green onions. And let's see, I'm going to start with a half cup maybe, something like that. And then we're going to put in a quarter cup of chopped parsley. And we're going to put in a tablespoon of dill. And now we're going to put in some spices and herbs. Now, one of the main ingredients in this to make it taste good is celery seed, which has a really prominent celery flavor. And it's quite strong. So I'm actually only going to use, a quarter teaspoon, maybe a heaping quarter teaspoon. I'll put in a teeny bit more. So there we have it there. And I'm going to put in, this is an herb blend called Herbes de Provence. Provence is the south of France. It's a mixture of herbs, but you could use, you get in the supermarket Italian herbs. I'm going to put in, no, that's too much. I'm going to put in a teaspoon. Okay? I'm going to put in a teaspoon of that. Now this has, I know for a fact that this has rosemary in it. I think it has savory and maybe a little thyme. Okay, and now to make the tofu salad attractive, I'm going to put in, this doesn't fit in there, I'm going to put in some turmeric. I'm going to put in a heaping teaspoon of turmeric. Now that is a mild spice, but it has a strong color. It's going to make it look like egg salad. It's going to be yellow, and it's also very healthy. It's good to combine it with black pepper to make it healthy. It activates, there's a compound in turmeric which is an anti-inflammatory. So it's good for people that have inflammation. I'm going to put in some white pepper too. So I would say I put in, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of this pepper and a 1/4 to a 1/2 of the white pepper. Now, salt. Tofu has very little flavor of its own, so it needs salt. I'm going to go with, I'm actually going to go with, I'm going to go with a 1/2, no, that might be too much. I'm going to go with about a 1/3 of a tablespoon. See, I'm looking at it, okay? That's quite a lot, but there's a lot in this batch of salad. And we're going to go with vinegar, the cider vinegar, and I'm going to go with 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. And we can always adjust. Okay. Oh, there's one other thing. We're going to go with some mustard, just like the egg salad, and we're going to go with the tablespoon of mustard. I beg your pardon. Well, maybe we're not going with it. Well, that's almost a tablespoon. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put that in. And we're going to put in some mayonnaise. I'm going to get a different cup. All right, I am going to go with 2/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. It seems like a lot, but this is a lot of salad. This is quite economical too, because a whole pound of tofu, or a whole package of tofu, I think it costs less than $3. And it has a lot of protein value. All right, I'm going to put this in, and then I'm ready to mix it around and see how it looks. And then I'm going to taste it as well. Now, this is not vegan if you use regular mayonnaise, if you're thinking about veganism, because mayonnaise, regular mayonnaise, has eggs. Now, you can buy vegan mayonnaise. I know they have it at Hannaford's. They have it at the Brattleboro Food Co-op, and it's quite good, actually. So I'm going to mix this now and see what we've got. We may need even more mayonnaise than that. Can you believe it? Now, also, I want to say something about this salad. This salad will taste much better the next day because the celery seed and some of the herbs need to kind of steep in. So if you want to make it a day ahead of time, or if you make it for the week to have several times, it'll taste better the next day or even the next day. But see, this is holding together. You see that? And it's pretty nice looking in terms of being creamy. All right, and now we need to taste it for salt and pepper. So I'm going to get a tasting spoon. Now, never double dip, as you know. So I'm just going to get a little taste here. Wunderbar. I really like it. Very nice. All right, I'm actually going to add a little more vinegar. I'm going to add another tablespoon of vinegar. The vinegar gives it a tang. So mix that in. You could also do lemon juice in. You could do lemon juice in this, or you could do lemon juice in your tuna salad instead of the vinegar. But the vinegar is really nice. Okay, I don't think we need any more mayonnaise. That's a little liquidy, but I think it's fine. It'd be nice in a sandwich with white bread because the white bread will be nice and moist. So there it is, folks. Something you may not have thought about, but this is tofu salad. Okay? All right. That's the end of our lunchtime series. And I hope you will try making some of these things. Please do let me know if you do. You can take photos or whatever. Signing off for now. Toodaloo!